It is important to know about sexually transmitted diseases due to the fact that it doesn't just target adults but also people who are young, and as young adults we don't know exactly what side effects does it have and how we actually get it. But even if we try to understand it, some people don't even look at it as a big problem. But I think it should be something that should be emphasized in every way because it can happen to just anybody. And even so, some people don't even know about it, don't even know that they have this disease, and over the long run it's going to affect them in a bad way.
If kids are having unprotected sex, then there are risk and factors that will be towards the kids' health, and it's not good for them.
It's important to know how to protect yourself from sexually transmitted disease because you can be safe and you can help your friends and your peers be safe.
Abstinence should not be the only type of contraceptive that should be taught to prevent the spreading of STDs for the simple fact that the youth in this generation will always want to experiment with this type of thing, and abstinence is not something that will work for many because the lack of knowledge for these type of things, it's not something that helps. These kids need to be aware of the consequences of their actions, and the only way they can do that is if they know there are other options. If you only teach them one way, they're not going to have any knowledge, and when they choose to do these certain things, they're going to most likely suffer the consequences head on.
It is important to know about sexually transmitted diseases because they can help you in the long term of not worrying about whether you have a STD or something.
Abstinence shouldn't be the only prevention of STDs that's promoted to young adults and teenagers nowadays. Other forms should also be promoted because not everybody is going to choose that option of being abstinent.
Using condoms are very important because it prevents you from getting STDs.
I think it's important because when you're in the moment, you're not really conscious of what you're doing, you're not thinking straight, and you do things that maybe you don't mean to. Maybe you have the mindset of not wanting to have sex, and then when you're in the moment, like I said, you do it, and then you end up regretting it because you get STDs.
So a lot of kids our age are having sex at really young ages. Even there's girls in my neighborhood who are pregnant at 11, and so you don't want STDs, you don't want to have sex too early, and abstinence is a really important key factor to not getting pregnant or STDs, but a lot of people still, have sex because that's the thing, and there's also this peer pressure going on. And so people want to do what their friends do, and that's not always the best thing.
Besides abstinence, there's also condoms, there's also various types of ways that one can prevent STDs. It's really important to be informed in case one doesn't want to be abstinent.
It's important to know how to prevent STDs other than just abstinence because it's not realistic for us to tell all people that, oh, you shouldn't have sex because that's how our humanity grows. But we need to know these things so we don't be infected when we actually have sex or whatever. And so we don't be surprised when diseases pop up.